teams, I still think that, somewhere down the road, they may match up again in the playoffs in Region 16, and it could be a different outcome. So keep your eyes on Indian Hill and Wyoming. These two guys they're almost polished products, but they're not quite there. I still think there's a little bit of growth for both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to track and watch for sure. Let's get to some other scores as we got plenty of finals pouring in tonight. Let's go to the St. Bernard Elmwood Place 27-6 over Clark Montessori. Harrison and CHCA. This was a battle to the finish, a true nail biter, but it was the Eagles flying over the Wildcats 31-29 there. Cincinnati Country Day 49-6 over New Miami. Roger Bacon falls 37-13 to Danville. Schroeder blanks Lachlan 35-0. North College Hill more than doubles up Belmont 52-20 the final in that one. Gamble Montessori falls 30-8 to Summit Country Day. Bethel Tate 49-6 over Norwood. Blanchester 68-12 downs East Clinton. Clinton Massey 47-12 or 21 over New Richmond. And Goshen, a team we were talking about earlier, they get another victory tonight, 48-6. Shu, a lot of teams taking care of business on this final Friday of September.
Yeah, man, I'm going to tell you what, the biggest impressive thing tonight, one of the big ones is CHCA putting up that kind of points on a Division II Harrison, knocking them out, making them 4-2, and CHCA sitting at 5-1. Again, another team in Division IV Region 16. They're playing for those. I'm going to tell you what, those first four buys in that region are going to be hard to come by, but you're going to want one of those four buys in Region 16 with Taft, Indian Hill, CHCA, Wyoming, and Clinton Massey. It's going to be a struggle for those buys for sure.
Yeah, Western Hills beats Hughes in overtime, 20-14 the final in that one. So Baden 45-14. They take care of Chaminade, Julian, and doing so impressively. And as always here on the program, our Baden scores are brought to you by AE Door and Window Company. AE Door and Window Company, they sell the best and service the rest. Our thanks to Bill and Adam Weber for their continued support of high school football tonight for all these many years. And we certainly appreciate that from all of our sponsors. And Alter Fenwick, as we stay in the GCL co-eds there, 47-7 in that one. McNick over Carroll, 49-6. Shu, back to the ECC. Some games we didn't talk about. Kings over Lebanon by 18, 38-20. Loveland, 42-12 over Walnut Hills. Winton Woods, 35-7 over Little Miami. But how about this score? Turpin, 49-14, taking care of West Claremont.
Yeah, to me, that's a big score. And, when you get up early against West Claremont, you have a whole bunch of things that you can do better. Aaron Lockhart was a new quarterback for West Claremont tonight. Their starting quarterback was out in this game, and that made a big difference. Landon, they did a good job. Turpin did a good job against West Claremont, bending but not breaking. Turpin still gave up 201 yards rushing, 5.7 to carry, but again, coming out big with some big passing and just controlling the football in big-time ways. Ended up with 260 yards through the air tonight to Turpin and another 125 on the ground. Nice balance for Turpin. And West Claremont, they're head-scratchers. They look really, when you look at them on the field, they look the part of a very good playoff team, but they've had their struggles.
Yeah. We just had their coach on a couple. It wasn't last week, I guess it was, and it was like, hey, we're on the right track here. And tonight, coach back on top of the other side of it. So
that's off to Brian Walker.
We talked about the GMC a little bit. We were referencing as we went to break. Oak Hill's holding off Hamilton, another head scratching of a team. You were sort of hitting on it, but we do have some stats from that game now. And how about Aaron McFarland tonight, Shu? The guy 11.
Taylor. Transfer,
Yeah, 11 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. 4 catches, 141 yards, including an 84-yard reception, another touchdown there. I mean, big night. Oak Hill's getting it done. And in the GMC, I mean, Oak Hill's getting a win. Coleraine gets their first victory tonight. Lakota West bounced back over Middletown. But really, Princeton 35-21. It looks like they're sort of now in that driver's seat. I
think so too, and they played so well defensively since that opening loss to Moeller, and I mean, you got to remember too, Lawrence Barnes, the quarterback, throws 6 interceptions in that game. That game's probably a whole different game if he does just even a third of those interceptions. But back to Aaron McFarland and Oak Hills, him running the football, because he's been such a great receiver over his first 3 years at Taylor. I mean, I think he was close to 150, 200 career receptions at Taylor, and but that option or that added versatility that he gives Oak Hills running the football makes them really legitimate as a playoff team.
We got Kentucky and Indiana to talk about, some more coaches as well, so stick around. Plenty more of high school football tonight right here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From
Calvin Renfro, copy.
apparel
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I couldn't reach Bolden. I got sent to voicemail 3 times.
you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us.
Oh, he just didn't answer. Like it rang, but he just didn't pick up.
513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
Life is short, and if we spend our time suffering with pain and it takes away our joy, that's not a very good way to live.
He's right. It's hard to be happy when you're in constant pain. QC Kinetics patient Chad admits the chronic pain in his knee really robbed his quality of life.
When I was going to the traditional doctor and getting the pain pills, my smile wasn't as big as it usually is. Going to my high school reunion on crutches, it was awful.
But then Chad visited QC Kinetics. He experienced the real power behind natural regenerative treatments. Using healing properties from his own body, QC Kinetics was able to restore and repair damaged tissue.
Okay.
Chad lasting relief with no drugs, no...
If I can get Renfro, he's not answering. If he doesn't, should I just move on to Evans? Okay.
Body heal itself at QC Kinetics. Call now for your free consultation.
Call.
All right. I tried Renfro twice. He didn't answer. I'm going to move on to Evans.
3-847-0019. 513-847-0019.
We've been doing our own thing for more than 50 years at Gold Star. All so you can do your own thing. The Coney thing, the veggie thing, the fries thing, the juicy flat top burger thing, the cheesy, crunchy, wrapped up in a tortilla can't believe this is a thing. It's not what you'd expect from a neighborhood chili parlor, and we think that's a good thing. At Gold Star, you're invited to come as you are, like what you like, and follow your own recipe.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25.
I'm working on Evans right now.
X Boom.
Okay.
It's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
All right, let's jump right back into it here. High school football tonight, published and powered by TriStateFootball.com. Dan Class with Greg Shoemaker with you till 11 o'clock tonight. And after us, be sure to tune in to our friends over on Blitz 5 tonight at 11. They've got all the scores and the highlights from across the area. Join Charlie Clifford and Jaron May tonight at 11 on Channel 5. While we're at it, we might as well thank, and we'd love to thank, all of our community partners here at tristatefootball.com. A big thanks goes out to them. We couldn't do what we do and cover all the teams we could without our friends at Gold Star. Follow your own recipe, Mellow window and carpet cleaning, the best in residential cleaning services, and of course, the Underground Sports Shop.
Got Coach Evans.
Casing pride on and off the field. While you're at it, check out the Underground Sports Shop scoreboard over there at tristatefootball.com. All right, so as we go along, we're going to get back out to the phone now, welcome in some more coaches, and we've got a big one here from Wilmington where they took care of business versus Western Brown tonight, picking up their 4th win of the season. Joining us now, head coach Ryan Evans on ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360. Ryan, thanks for your time and congrats on this 4th victory tonight, closing out September in a strong way.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, Coach, great job tonight. You got a very good full a bunch of guys scoring for you tonight. Moyer had a pick 6. Brown had a couple touchdown passes, and Puller had a couple of TDs. Talk about the team effort tonight, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Offense clicked. We've been struggling for a little bit, but our offensive line really stepped up tonight, really got us moving. Josiah Puller got a game ball. Luke Johnson got a game ball. The collective effort, but they didn't back down from the challenge this week. Shout out to Western Brown. Coach Osborne always has those guys ready to go when they play us. And they came with a really good game plan early, but our kids came in the 3rd and 4th quarter and wanted it and got out there and did their job. But shout out to the offensive line for really locking in the 3rd and 4th quarter and getting us going.
Ryan, tonight's game, maybe not the closest of margin, but man, every one of your other contests this season really have been right down to the wire. Not all of them have gone your team's way, but how is playing in those closely contested battles sort of help your team learn a little bit more about themselves and build some of that character you like to see?
Yeah, this senior class is my first class all the way through, so they've seen a lot of adversity, and they're a really resilient group. They like to keep us on our toes, obviously, but they always figure out a way to try to get it done. They always go down swinging, and I love that about them.
Let's talk a little bit about your defense. It's been pretty stellar all season long. Tell us about some of the guys on that side. You know, Moyer had to pick six tonight, but there's more than him just getting things done over there.
Yeah, I thought it was a collective effort. We've been really good in our box this year, and this was a really good challenge for our secondary tonight. So I was really excited to see Pay Moyer get 2 picks, one for 6. It was awesome. Jesse Keats has been doing a phenomenal job. Elijah Stewart bounced back from an injury earlier in the year and has been doing some really good things. So we were really tested tonight with them throwing the ball, and it was a good test for us to see how we are in the secondary, and we were pretty damn good. So shout out to the entire defense. Shout out to our defensive coordinator, our coaches. They battle every single week, and they've done a really good job.
Ryan, Greg here is always talking about how underrated the SBAAC is, that Southern Buckeye League. And
yes, sir.
I mean, you guys are having a good season. We see what Goshen's doing, Williamsburg. I mean, Clinton Massey, the powerhouse. I mean, a lot of our listeners, they don't know a lot about the conference and the league and what makes it so special. How would you characterize that?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely an underrated league. I mean, just like you said, you got Clinton Massey, you got, now, Coach Nick Ayers does an amazing job over there at Williamsburg, Batavia, and now, as you guys are seeing, with us and Goshen is doing a really good job. So we're a really underrated league, but, our guys, they come out every single week and fight, and I love to see it. Next week we got a big contest with with Clinton Massey, and we always have a good game with them, but we got to beat them to get what we want, and that's a conference championship.
Yes, sir. That's how it's done, and we love seeing it. We wish you the best of luck down the regular season stretch, Ryan. We hope to catch up with you again later in the year, and congrats again on this big win here tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
All right. We appreciate that as well. And what a great night there. Some other scores from the Southern Buckeye Conference while we're at it. Bethel Tate 49-6 over Norwood. East Clinton and Blanchester was 68-12 Blanchester. Clinton Massey, they get tuned up for that matchup with Wilmington next week by taking down New Richmond 47-21. We talked about Goshen's victory earlier, 48-6 over Batavia. Williamsburg 58-6 versus Claremont Northeastern, and Western Brown falls to Wilmington, as we just talked to Ryan about, 42-14. So good stuff there. Overall, a good night of football.
Yeah, and look, Williamsburg's now 6-0. We had Coach Arizona in the pregame show. That's a great little town. It's a great little complex they have out at that school, and he's done a good job. I think he's like 32-7 or something ridiculous in his 4 years there. So they're putting up, and it's his third straight quarterback in 3 straight years. And they say after this kid, he's got a sophomore that's going to be playing for the next 3 years.
We've got to get over to the Kentucky side.
Yeah,
a lot of headlines we haven't dove into yet. We've mentioned a few of them, including St. Henry. They win their first ever varsity football game tonight, 21-12 over Gallatin County. And they took just 5 minutes left in the game. They took the lead and never looked back. They were up 13-12 at halftime. They held Gallatin County scoreless in the second half. Then you also talked about Holmes. They've been through a lot of adversity. You talk about a team that's dealt with some challenges, but they snap a 26-game losing streak tonight. After a back-and-forth first half, they go in, they've done their stuff, they pull out the victory and defeat Jackson County 36-16. So kudos to that. And then, Greg, on top of that, the team right down in those neck of the woods, Holy Cross, they cruise tonight 51-6 over Eminence. This is their first 5-0 start in school history.
No kidding. That's hard to believe. I mean, they won a state championship that 1 year. I thought they had at least had a run like that before, but good for him, man. We got to meet Kurt Spencer this offseason, and he was talking about some of these guys, and they got a sophomore
They had some big
quarterback.
boys showing up down there at Gold
Yes, they
Star and
did,
Alexandria.
man.
I was like, this team's going to be tough.
Yeah, so good job. Hats off to Kurt Spencer. You know, Bruce Kozerski had been there for so many years, and he took that team over last year from Bruce, and he's got it going, man. They put up 45, 48, and 51 the last 3 weeks. They're not playing around. They're putting some points on the board for sure.
Got to give some props out to my alma mater, the Dixie
There
Heights
you go.
Colonels. 43 first quarter points, 50 points between them and Scott in the first quarter. They win 62-19. They had 2 pick sixes in the first quarter. We've got some game balls to hand out this one. Our reigning Mellow Window and Carpet Cleaning Player of the Week, Mason Fields. I mean, he's not going to get nominated next week, but he could be if he hadn't won it. We don't nominate people who already won it, have won the award. But Mason, big night tonight. He had two touchdown passes of over 50 yards on his first 2 passing attempts. Big night there. Dixie wins 2 straight after an 0-4 start. So good for Coach Burke and the Colonels.
Yeah.
Shu, I'll be actually showing. I'll be at that game a little bit next week for homecoming night.
How about
out there.
that,
So
man?
Dixie.
But yeah, you know what? Good for them. They played a killer schedule to start their year. You got Baden on there. I think they had Covcath and
Beechwood.
Yeah, Beechwood. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been an easy road, but good for them to put some points on the board tonight. And Mason Fields, good for him too. He's a quarterback. We have so many great quarterbacks, and if you don't win, sometimes you get overlooked. But Mason Fields is a pretty good quarterback over there at Dixie Heights.
He's having a pretty good
Yes, he
season all
is.
of a sudden here. Other scores quickly from the Bluegrass State. Cooper takes care of Connor on their homecoming night. The Jaguars picking up their 3rd straight victory to move to 3-3, 49-12 winners. Covington Catholic over Louisville Central, 35-6. Holy Cross, we mentioned their win. They defeated Eminence, 51-6. Highlands, the Bluebirds continue to look very impressive, 53-0, shutting out Harrison County. Lloyd, they continue their winning ways, because as long as we're talking about teams that are impressing, 48-7 versus Pendleton County. Bellevue in a nail biter, 12-7 defeats Ludlow. Beechwood, 62-6 over Owen County. Grant County doubles up Shelby County in overtime, 16-8. Bryan Station hands Simon Kenton a 10-point defeat, 24-14 there. Ryle blanks Tate's Creek, 37-0. Bishop Brossard falls to DeSales, 35-7. And Bracken County was up on Walton Verona by 15, but the game was not yet finalized on the last check there. But not a lot of huge matchups tonight necessarily in Northern Kentucky, but some very impressive performances nonetheless.
Yeah, you look at Ryle, they needed a bounce back win after a couple losses in a row. They got it tonight. We were talking about Bellevue and Ludlow, that little game there along the river. And, Bellevue's won 3 straight, giving up 14 points in those 3 games. They're playing some pretty good defense. They're sitting at 4-2. How about that? Bellevue looking like they could have a winning season over there too. So, and some good games. Bellevue, Dayton next week, or in 2 weeks. The Bellevue's got a week off next week, but that's always a good game, that Bellevue Dayton game.
High school football tonight is brought to you in part by Thomas More University. Accelerate your career with a business degree from Thomas More University. Penn Station, hometown love in every sub. When we get back, we've got some Indiana scores to talk to. We'll see if we can squeeze another coach in. We still got some game balls ahead. We'll do another full trip through the scoreboard, so stick around. It's more high school football talk on High School Football Tonight right here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Hey, it's Tony Pike here. New at Penn Station, it's the Penn Pear Combos. For only $7.99, pair up a small fresh-cut fry with your choice of a small.
Who should I try first, Montgomery or Renfro? Montgomery, okay.
Yourself and order online today. Penn Station, love your sub.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for over 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
We've been doing our own thing for more than 50 years at Gold Star. All so you can do your own thing. The Coney thing, the veggie thing, the fries thing, the juicy flat top burger thing.
Look at that. First ring he picked up. It's a nice change of pace.
Thing.
Montgomery.
Back from a neighborhood chili parlor, and we think that's a good thing. At Gold Star, you're invited to come as you are, like what you like, and follow your own recipe.
For over 20 years, the Underground Sports Shop has been the local favorite for sports teams, fans, and businesses who are looking for quality products with prices they can afford. From uniforms and sports gear to fan apparel and promotional items, we take pride in providing you with the customized products you need and the service you deserve. To place an order, visit us online at theundergroundsportsshop.com or call us at 513-751-1662. That's the Underground Sports Shop, showcasing pride on and off the field.
And then, yeah, like you guys said, I'll try to get Renfro on a couple questions into Montgomery and see if we can't make that work.
Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad like cutting in the middle of you guys talking, but there isn't like when we get a coach on mid-segment. But yeah, I was going to say there isn't really a better way to do it. So.
And use code HERGAME. That's code HERGAME. You get two.
Yep, I got you.
Bucks in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call.
That's true. Would you guys prefer I do that?
4673.
Okay.
Get help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort.
Here we go.
And over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, let's get right back into things here. High School Football Tonight post-game show powered by TriStateFootball.com. He's Greg Shoemaker. I'm Dan Klaskin. Joe Waddell producing the program tonight, getting our live stream help from Haley Vallandingham and Adeline McCollum from our NKU class. Our guy Wes Akers and the entire crew over at Friday Football Live. If you haven't really checked that out, it's a live Red Zone show, Friday Football Live at their website, tgiffootball.com, and then they go right into our live stream. Does great. Be sure to follow them on X at TGIF Football. But right now, we got to get out to Northern Kentucky. We're going to continue on our coach hotline tonight. And up next, the winning coach from Bellevue, where they took care of Ludlow tonight, 12-7. And now 4-2 on the season. Head coach Chad Montgomery joining us here on the program. And Chad, congrats on this great start. And tonight, a close battle nonetheless, but you got to be proud. Your boys came out on top. Tell us a little bit of how they were able to do that.
We just, defensively, we knew it was going to be a slugfest. I told the kids it was going to be a it was going to be a one-score game tonight, and I told him it was going to be more like a 20-14 type game. I thought we'd put a little more points on the board, but so I just knew it was going to be a close game. It back to an old River City rivalry, between Bellevue and Ludlow, Bellevue-Dayton. So we just knew it was going to be a slugfest. Wasn't expecting it to be 12-7, but super proud of our defense. Last 3 weeks we've been, we have 7 points a shutout and 7 points tonight. So I know our defense has been playing well. Our offense is struggling a little bit, but our defense, we kept punting the ball tonight. We were playing conservative, and we just wound up finding a way to win. So.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this team. When the season started, you were really happy. We had talked in the offseason, preseason, about how your team finished pretty good last year. You're really happy about what you had coming back, and talk about the progress that they've made and where you guys where you feel you're comfortable at right now.
Again, I knew defensively we were going to be really good. Like I said, we returned 9 on that side of the ball. We lost 2 seniors that were obviously big tacklers for us, but we knew that was going to be our strength. Our offensive line, as we talked, Greg, we talked about the offensive line, the offense we're running. It's not going to be pretty, but like I said, like tonight, the second half, we gutted it out. We just kept pounding the rock. We kept believing, and we kept running quarterback sneak, and we were picking up 4 and 5 yards, just goosing the ball. So like we were getting better, and that's. It's my first time as a head coach. My teams are getting better, and I hate that we're hitting the bye next week because, it's always been not good for me. Like when I was a head coach, when I hit the bye, so I'm hoping. I wish we could just keep playing. It's just, we try to keep them on a schedule, and we try to keep things, as much as we can. And we want to give them a little time off, but I hate the bye. But like I said, I'm proud of how much we're just getting better every week. And like I said, our defense is getting after it, and my defense coordinator is doing a heck of a job, and he lives and breathes the football and watches film. And so, but like I said, I'm happy with how good we're getting, and we're progressing and getting better as the season's going on. And even the last couple of years, we started off hot, like 3-1, and we kind of regressed. And I feel like this year we're actually progressing. So that's what I feel right now, that we're just getting better every week.
Chad, when we last heard from you early in this beginning of the season, you guys opening a new stadium, you were finding places to practice, all the logistics, you opened on the road here a little bit. How's that process been? What's it like settling into the new home? And you guys are on that quicker artificial turf now. That grass field, the old school stuff we used to love. It was. I mean, just talk about what that transition's been like for the team.
Again, it took a lot longer than we expected, but it was, like I said, we got on there the week of St. Henry, and we're 3-0 on the new field. And I told the kids, the school's invested. 2 years ago, the program almost folded, and the school to invest in this program and put the money into it. But we just got into our locker room this week too. So the locker room literally was finished yesterday. So it's just we haven't had our second home from home, and so the field's been done. We've been playing there. We just got locker rooms. Lockers just got put in yesterday. So we used our locker room for the first time tonight. It just
wow.
felt like we had somewhere to be. So it's been tough. Like the kids, it kind of feel like we're a Pee Wee football team showing up, and even like practicing at the new field. It's the kids have to wait. You still have restrictions with it being a construction zone, and you have to walk the kids back because of liability insurance. And I'm running people out of practice. I have to be a security guard. People are trying to come back from I'm trying to run all these people off. People driving back, and people trying to walk back. And again, they just can't be back there. So I'm spending more time running people off the field than coaching half the time. But
you're getting a lot of steps. It sounds like you're getting a lot of steps.
Life is small school football.
Yeah. Everybody wants to come down and check it out, which is exciting. But it's like I said, we finally have a home. Like I said, the locker room, I put on a Facebook post today. It's our second home finally there, because it is our second home for football kids, and that's been the hardest part, is that camaraderie. Like I don't get a chance to build the relationships with the kids and sit in the coach's office and pull them in and talk. But we still don't have the coach's office. That's still not done. But we're happy with what we got. We got a locker room and a field, so that's all that matters. But
you know what?
The kids are excited.
It's so exciting that you have it now, and anything worth having, sometimes worth the wait. So it's great that the community gets that. And Chad, we know you've had a long day and a lot of things to deal with, so we'll let you get back to celebrating here tonight. We appreciate your time, and congrats on this impressive start here for Bellevue this season.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for all your coverage with us. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Bellevue 12-7 knocks off Ludlow here tonight on those Northern Kentucky side of things. Sure, let's get over to Southeast Indiana real quick, because we haven't really hit too much on games over there. And East Central, they win big tonight over South Dearborn, 66-6. Lawrenceburg, 48-6 over Batesville. You surprised by that one?
No, not really. You know, after they lose that first game to East Central every year, Lawrenceburg usually goes off on these little tangents of runs where they win 8, 9, 10, 11 in a row. I think they're the same. They're another very, very good team. So, yeah, I look, Lawrenceburg is really good.
Yeah, and they're proving it here tonight. Yeah. And I think, you know, you look at, you know, in terms of East Central, I mean, goodness, they just keep on winning there as well. Rushville falls 41-8 tonight to Laurel. I think that's
Laurel.
So that one definitely probably a little disappointing there. I don't have the final on the Connorsville game, so.
Yeah, and unless I saw North Decatur out there, it's one of our FAR teams that we cover, but they were 5-0 and they were losing to Linton last I looked. So they might be losing, might go on down to their first defeat this year.
Yeah, so there you have that. But sort of resetting some of tonight's headlines for those of you just jumping in. Of course, right here on these airwaves earlier, it was the Elder Panthers taking care of business, the 4th-ranked Elder Panthers in our Blitz 5 top 25. They knocked off St. Xavier 23-13. 2 weeks in a row they beat a St. Xavier football team. They did it versus Louisville St. Xavier on the road last week. But, Shu, you mentioned it, first time since 2001. 24 seasons ago since Elder's off to a 6-0 start. Now they're going to face the 6-0 Moeller Crusaders a week from tonight.
5-1.
Or excuse me, 5-1. 5-1 Moeller Crusaders, but undefeated both in GCL South is what I was really hinting at here. So GCL South title next week is going to be a good one in the final conference game of the season.
Yeah, I'm just really impressed with the way Elder's taken care of business so far this year. They've only given up 72 points in 6 games. That's 12 per game. And you look at who they played. They played Louisville St. Xavier. They played our St. Xavier. They beat LaSalle. They did a good job against Springboro. They beat Cove Cath. It's not like they're playing some cupcakes and only giving up 12 points a game. I mean, those teams all can put up points.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you know, you look overall tonight, Shu, what do you think was the biggest loss? You know, if you look across the spectrum of just the playoff pictures, shaking up the ranks and everything, I mean, what team really or teams do you think tonight had maybe a costly defeat?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a really good question. You know, for me, Hamilton playing themselves out of the playoffs right now at 1-5. After winning 17 games the last 2 years combined, an 8-win season, a 9-win season, back-to-back first-round wins, you know, with only 12 teams going, a 1-5 record's not going to make it. You're sitting there at the bottom of the bowl with Walnut Hills and Sycamore. You know what I mean? It's not a good look.
Yeah, that's tough. And, I mean, it is a different shakeup this year with the playoff picture. I mean, obviously more teams getting in. But in Division I, I mean, interesting how it's going to shake up because you look at it is sort of a little, it seems to me, I mean, maybe it's just the way it seems to me, but it seems a little bit more top heavy than we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, when you're looking at teams like Hamilton, Oak Hills, Fairfield that haven't been good, and well, you know, Hamilton was good, but those other schools are sitting there in that middle of the pack. You know, Middletown's in Division I, Region 2, so even though they're playing all these GMC schools, unless they get to the regional the state semifinals, they'll never play another GMC team in the playoffs, which is kind of crazy.
It might be a benefit.
I think it's going to be a huge benefit because they're going to be playing the GWAC schools and Toledo schools, so it's going to be interesting. So
GWAC's down this year as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you're right. I think it's very top heavy, and the way Princeton's playing right now, and I'm not sure if Mason's all that in the bag of chips yet either. Like I said, Fairfield, Oak Hills, who is there? Is East that team?
Well, and then you go to Division II, Region 8. I mean, you were at the Anderson game tonight, our Blitz 5 tour stop of the week. They drubbed Milford 63-0. They've been drubbing everyone because they're just nobody can slow them down. Shu, is anybody gonna be able to slow them down in Region 8?
They're so good. Defensively, they're so fast. And the Jordan Davis kid, you know, he had 3 touchdowns tonight rushing the ball. Didn't have but 37 yards, but on 10 carries. But he's a great runner, and he's going to be a great runner because he's tough. And when the weather changes in October, that's the kind of runner they're going to need with this passing game, because we saw last year in the state title game, you're going to have to run the football in bad weather.
Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to that bad weather part.
Yeah.
Why'd you get my brain wrapped around
Sorry,
that,
but that's,
Greg?
I mean, that loss in the state championship game with the snow and everything for them last year, and they couldn't get the ground game going like they should. Now, Burnham did have a good game. By the way, saw Justice Burnham out the game, dislocated his hip. He was playing as a true freshman at quarterback, the former Anderson quarterback last night. I saw him last year, but I saw him tonight, and he was in good spirits, but he's out for the rest of the year with a dislocated hip in his first year of college football.
Hate to always see that.
Yeah.
Indeed. On a side note, Shu, one score that we haven't talked about tonight, our Cincinnati Reds win 3-1 with the Marlins losing 6-2. So we want to obviously stay tuned to 700 WLW for last two games there. But for those listening, just that haven't heard that score yet. So good news all around on that. Well, we've got one more segment around. We're going to get out to that scoreboard, run through some of those scores, some final thoughts, and some game balls. We put the exclamation point on the Week 6 edition of high school football tonight here on Cincinnati's ESPN 1530 and Fox Sports 1360.
Hey, it's Tony Pike here, new at Penn Station.
Do you want me to try to get anybody else here, or are you done with calls?
Fresh cut fry with your choice of a small chicken teriyaki, chicken cordon bleu, or a pizza sub. Treat yourself and order online today. Penn Station.
Yeah, I'll try to get him one. Yeah, him and sorry, I don't know why the commercial block wasn't playing. Him and Renfro, I keep trying and they just won't answer. Let me try Bolden one more time.
QC Kinetics patient Chad admits the chronic pain in his knee really robbed his quality of life.
When I was going to the traditional doctor and getting the pain pills, my smile wasn't as big as it usually is. Going to my high school reunion on crutches, it was awful.
But then Chad visited QC Kinetics. He experienced the real power behind natural regenerative treatments. Using healing properties from his own body, QC Kinetics was able to restore and repair damaged tissue, finally giving Chad lasting relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime.
And I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
Learn how advanced regenerative medicine can help your body heal itself at QC Kinetics. Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 513-847-0019. That's 513-847-0019. 513-847-0019.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17?
Hallelujah, Coach Bolden answered.
5G network in America. I never looked so good. You look the same. But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me. You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
Your chance to get that rare, hard-to-find luxury timepiece is here at Genesis Diamonds. Mark your calendar October 3rd and 4th. Genesis is hosting an epic pre-owned luxury Rolex event featuring a stunning new selection of these hard-to-find watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, including never-worn fresh models that people wait years for. No waiting list, no retail game. During this event, you can take advantage of special pricing and up to 60 months zero-interest financing. And listen to this. With the purchase of any luxury pre-owned Rolex at this Genesis event, will give you a pair of 4-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings of the highest quality, absolutely free. And if you are already a Rolex owner, bring your old Rolex to trade or meet our buyers on site to receive top dollar for your Rolex. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in the state. And take advantage of special financing or get a pair of beautiful 4-carat lab-grown diamond stud earrings valued at $5,000, absolutely free. It's October 3rd and 4th only, and only at Genesis Diamonds, your home for luxury pre-owned Rolexes on Montgomery Road. See store for details while supplies last.
The WNBA playoffs are here, and the heat is on. Bet on your favorite teams and stars with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the WNBA. DraftKings puts you in the action with player props, live betting, parlays, odds boosts, and more. And for a limited time, all new DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HERGAME. That's code HERGAME for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just just $5 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, welcome back in. High school football tonight. Dan Claskins, Greg Shoemaker heading our way to 11 o'clock, and we'll hand it over to our friends at Blitz 5 WLWT. Be sure to check out all the great highlights and scores coming up there. We're going to talk to our one more coach here before we get to the scoreboard and some game balls. Joining us from the GMC, where Lakota West picks up a 27-13 victory tonight over Middletown. And here to talk about it with us now, the head coach of the Firebirds, Tom Bolden. Tom, appreciate a few minutes of your time, and congrats on getting back on the winning track here tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. I hope you boys are doing well. It's good to hear from you. Yeah, we grinded one out for sure.
Heck yeah.
Hey, Tom, I want to ask you about the running game tonight. You what's going on there? I mean, you guys just seem like you just can't get that thing established, and tell us why that seems to be in a funk. I feel like you guys are running with cement shoes on.
Yeah, well, we're you never want to make excuses, but we are battling the injury bug for sure. We got a lot of guys missing some time, and we got a lot of guys, which I'm so proud of them because they're playing hurt and they're battling it out. And a lot of it, hats off though to Middletown. They got a tremendous, front seven and just a great defense in general. And we yards were at a premium, and it's just we got to get better each week and keep working on it and things like that. But listen, we made the plays when we needed to make the plays, and at this point, that's all that matters.
Tom, speaking of plays, let's talk about one of the biggest plays of the game. I was actually watching it as the show was getting ready to come on the air here. Middletown was driving, that chance to potentially tie up the game there in the fourth quarter, and Colin Ogletree comes up with a big interception, takes it to the house, pick six, and I mean, in general, just that play alone, the sidelines, obviously everything sort of changed, but you talk about big plays like that when the defense made them when they counted tonight.
Yeah, it was huge. Our defense played lights out. Other than their opening drive and really the second half drive to start the second half, they might have had 80-something total yards. I don't know, but yeah, that was a huge interception by him. He is a phenomenal football player, great kid. I mean, he's just so darn physical. Played quarter for us last year. We moved him to safety because of his physicality, but he's on that 4x1 relay team we got that's so darn good, and we knew once he got to the edge, even against a fast Middletown team,
nobody was catching him. Nobody was even close, man. He was just kept getting further away.
He was moving.
Hey, speaking about a guy making plays, two of them in the second quarter, and that's your kicker, Kofi Dubufor, 64-yard field goal. Tell us what you were thinking when you sent him out. He's one of the best kickers I've ever seen, but tell us about when you sent him out for a 64-yarder and what it was like to watch it.
Yeah, he's the most gifted kid. I've been coaching for 32 years. He's the most gifted kicker that I've ever been around. It just sounds different off of his foot. He's a great young man, doesn't say much, just kind of goes about his business. Is a great student. And he's just so laser focused on being as great as he can be kicking. And it's just one of those things when you watch him do, what he does in practice and you see it all the time. And it's just so special that you're like, well, it's high school football. The greatest thing about the rule is if it doesn't go in, they get the ball to 20. So he is an absolutely a weapon. I mean, not only just field goals, but, earlier this year, Coach Speck told me people had never seen it. He kicked one out of the stadium at St. X. Like, of all the years Coach Speck said he's been there,
wow.
he's never seen it done before.
When
So
you and Coach
just-
Specht are saying you've never seen anything like this, I mean, that just really says a lot. So
think about that. Yeah, we've seen a lot of football. So yeah, no, he's a special talent. I mean, it's rare for a kicker to have Division I offers, and he has them. And usually it's that old take the preferred walk on and see what you can do. But not only do I think he can kick on Saturdays, I think if he continues to progress and stays working at it like he is, we'll see him kicking on Sundays for sure.
that's going to be cool. Tom, we know you had a long day, buddy. We'll let you get some sleep now. Congrats on the win, man. Best of luck here as you hit October.
I appreciate it, man. I'm telling you, some of my coaches, I know I'm getting old, whatever. I said, won by a couple touchdowns, and I'm still not. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, they're all out celebrating. I'm on the next week. So it is what it is. Yeah, but I'm tired, though. I do got to get some sleep to get up early. So
there you go.
Appreciate you, boys, for all you do. Thanks, guys.
Tommy.
All right, Tom Bolden and the Lakota West Firebirds getting back on the winning side, snapping that brief 2-game losing streak. They win tonight versus Middletown, 27-13. All right, Shu.
Let's do it.
Let's get to some just game balls, some different performances here. Obviously, we hit a lot of the headlines on the history, but first game ball, we got to give the team with their first win in program history tonight in the St. Henry
There you
Crusaders.
go.
I mean, Coach Odom, the entire team, certainly we're giving game balls to all of them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll go with Coleraine since they broke their losing streak, at 27 games in a row. Roman Gar, the quarterback, the sophomore, throws 5 touchdown passes. They came into the game and with only 3 touchdowns total in 5 games in the season. So good job by Coleraine getting that first victory over Sycamore tonight. And Roman Gar, 5 touchdown passes.
Yeah, definitely there. One more team game ball from me before I start getting to some individuals. We're going to give it over to Holmes, the Bulldogs.
There we go.
They snap a 26-game losing streak by defeating Jackson County 36-16. And, everything that they've been through with the program and, what the people that are still there, the coaches that are still there, what they're doing. My nephew, Jacob Wisman, is an offensive lineman on the Holmes Bulldogs. So I know that he probably is out with his friends enjoying the sweet taste of victory. Congrats to all of them tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of team game balls to go around tonight, that's for sure. But when we look at some of that stuff, I hats off to Madeira beating Deer Park, who was undefeated coming into the night. Madeira losing. They're on their 4-string quarterback, but yet here they are. They've won 3 in a row and sitting at 3-0 in the CHL standing, sitting there right on top with Indian Hill, and then Wyoming and Taylor all coming up next for them on their schedule. So that's crazy.
That's very, very impressive.
Yes.
And definitely something to do there. And Greg, let's go over to Dixie Heights with some action there tonight. 3 pick sixes in the first or 3 interceptions in the first quarter, 2 of them for pick sixes. Congrats to the Colonels and that defense tonight coming up big versus Scott.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm still looking for some game balls because we don't have a whole lot on the agenda. Well, how about Kofi Adubu for 64-yard field goal for Lakota West, and he hits a 32-yarder as well in that game. So nice job by Kofi. Again, like Coach Bolden was just saying, one of the best kickers he's ever seen.
Dylan Geyser, 4 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter alone. Very impressive there. He gets a game ball. And actually, I got those players for Dixie I wanted to give. Nishan Goldsby, 2 first-quarter INTs, 1 for Hudson Morris. He also caught a touchdown and a pick six all in 1 quarter.
That's awesome.
And Holy Cross, 5-0, first time in school history. Coach Doug Ramsey, the Elder Panthers, they're 6-0 for the first time in 24 years. A lot of really big team accomplishments tonight.
Yeah, I think so. And, I want to give out a game ball, a couple of them for the Princeton Vikings. Last week, Zion Neal was saying, hey, how about me for a potential Mr. Football candidate? Tonight he throws for 146 yards and runs for 86 and 2 scores. Does a little bit of everything. Had a reception for a touchdown too. He's running, he's passing, he's receiving the ball. Zion Neal and another one on that team, Gianni Simpson, kickoff return, his second one of the season for a touchdown as well for the Vikings, who came out victorious again tonight.
Very, very impressive. My final game ball is going to Lem Grayson for the Baden Rams. 204 yards on 21 carries, 4 rushing touchdowns. Baden with one of the more impressive victories of the season. They win 42-24 over Hartley.
Man, I will tell you what, Division III, Region 12, Tippecanoe and Baden right now are setting up for a finale that could be something spectacular.
Shu, we're winding down here our final minute.
Yes.
Let's get some final thoughts, some final words, parting shots here for week 6.
Well, first of all, hats off to the Elder Panthers. 6-0 for the first time since 2001. Look at the schedule they're playing. Now they got number 1 Moeller next week. They'll be number 2. I'm sure Elder will be. And then after that, they got Highlands at the Pit. Back-to-back games at the Pit versus Moeller and Highlands. Looks to be pretty special week for the Moeller Panthers and what's coming up. The Elder Panthers and what's coming up with Moeller and Highlands.
Yeah, so stick around. Be sure to check out tristatefootball.com for all the scores, recaps, and highlights. That's all the time we've got for tonight. Big thanks to our producer, Joe Waddell, our video people, Haley Vallandingham and Adeline McCollum, and of course, Greg Shoemaker. We'll see you next time on High School Football Tonight.
This is Fox Sports 1360.
Thank you, gentlemen. Great job as always. I'll see you next week.
Dan Patrick.